Okay, my name is Ryan Lee. I'm a plant breeder. I have a company, I have a couple of companies. One of them is Chimera Genetic Resource Management. I think probably the access that has been granted to the cultivators, and that's a bit of a double-edged sword that, everybody's been allowed to get in and be part of the system, but the consequence of that is overproduction and driving the prices down. So, it's there's only so much pie, there's only so much market, right? When you have any product, you have more supply than demand, that drives the price down.
What excites you most about the cultivation classic?
But I think a lot of it is related to business and standardization, product quality, reproducibility. Right now, it's a little more like wine. Everybody just kind of grows, and you might have a good year this year, or one region has a good year, or one grower has a good year. But I think in the future of a regulated market, consumers are going to want to know when they buy brand X that it's the same every time they open the bottle. And so standardization, both from a compound chemistry perspective, is important, but also from a brand perspective, it's also really important. And I think that we're going to see a lot of push towards that. But just about the chemistry, I think the chemistry is a really, we come from this world where people talk about indica and sativa, right? It's like really like defining red and white wine, whereas there's so much more to it. There's all these different types and classes, and varieties that are specific, that have a specific chemical profile or a specific flavor profile, we call the flavor class. And again, a product diversity where you have all these different products on the market and they're reproducible over time, so that I think, my friend Mark Lewis says, the largest concentration of cannabis consumers is the people that have never used cannabis, right? Like, they're the largest potential market. And if you have a really diversified set of offerings, that people can actually try different types of varieties, and just like they do with wine. Some people like a Pinot Grigio, some people like a Pinot Noir, some people like a Chardonnay, right? And they're really quite variety specific and often brand specific, right? And I'd like to see the time, because it exists already. It's just the commercial market hasn't caught up to that fact. But eventually it will, and all these different cannabis companies will have a whole series of SKUs that are very specific chemistries and hopefully reproducible. And then, that's when you're really going to see people that, are, again, non-cannabis consumers. Maybe they're consuming cannabis or taking cannabis that is low in THC or high in CBD or some of these other compounds. And so I think that there's a lot of people that can use cannabis, and that they're afraid to, or they're unwilling to under the current regulations, or even in the current market. Like, if you don't smoke cannabis and you go out and you buy some OG Kush and you have a puff off of it, you get wasted, right? And I see people all the time that I've had family members like take little puffs on joints and, want to be taken to the hospital, for about 10 minutes. It's too strong for them. And so there's a whole series of products that can be delivered where you can offer them an experience that's fun, not frightening, right? And or even not fun, just has medicinal benefit, right? Has therapeutic value. So it's a pretty remarkable plant, and I'd like to see more people having access to it.